Hello everybody, and welcome back to Renowned Explorers International Society. This is Geopogg, and I'm really pleased to continue this run. It's going good so far. We haven't done too much. We got our campfire story out of the way. Pedrinho brewed us some coffee, and talked about how much he loves Brazil. And we're on our way to the burial grounds. Let's see if we can get there. We have a new type of challenge here. This is a wits challenge, or a nature challenge. Nature challenges are good for athletes, naturalists, or survivalists. We do have a survivalist in Pedrinho. And wits challenges are good for tacticians, beguilers, and quick thinkers. Now, we don't actually have any of those yet. Agatha can learn tactician, but we haven't leveled her up yet. And Pedrinho can learn beguiler, but same problem there. That said, we probably do want to visit this place. We might be able to wait until we level up once, though, so that we have some more of those skills first. Let's see if we can manage that. Let's go around, sort of go around this area if we can, and come back here when we've leveled up. Every location we visit and every encounter we do will give us experience, so we can get there. While scouting the area, a rugged-looking man comes running up to you. "Oi, mates! I'm a traveling goldsmith, and I'm kind of bored of this island. I want to see some new gems. Allow me to join your entourage." This is great. So your entourage is a group of people that basically like you. And they will give you small bonuses just for being in your group. A merchant usually gives you a little bit of extra gold every time you get a collect token. So instead of getting 10 to 15 gold per collect token, you'll get 11 to 16 gold. It's small, but it does add up. Agatha is a little skeptical that he won't just go stealing your gems and coins, but after a good talk, you all leave with a good feeling. One thing we haven't mentioned yet is that each character, each crew member, has sort of hidden things about them that are just part of their personalities, and are going to be true for every game. For instance, Agatha is a little mean. She just happens to be a little bitter kind of a person, and oftentimes you'll get into events where you'd normally have an option to be nice to someone, and you just won't have that option because you have Agatha, and Agatha's feeling mean, and so she'll insult them instead. Philippe, for instance, is a glutton. So occasionally you'll run into situations where normally you'd be able to share some food with some people to get some benefits, and Philippe just won't let you do it because he likes food too much. Pedrinho, on the other hand, is just a really friendly person. He loves making friends, and so oftentimes if you have options for aggressive movements, Pedrinho will stop you from doing them. Little things like that really add to the character of the crew and can open up doors or close them depending on what events you get. So in this case, Agatha's a little skeptical, but not so much that she's going to stop you from getting this guy in your entourage, which is good. So we do get a collect, and we got one guy added to our entourage. Great. An empty node. Nothing listed here. There is one empty node on every map that has a hidden cache where you can choose what you want from a treasure hoard. On the first map, there's generally only one empty node, so it's really easy to find, but on later maps, there's multiple hidden nodes, and some of them literally do contain nothing. So let's go check it out. Let's see if this is it. Well done! You found the hidden hoard of this expedition. On every expedition, there's a hidden hoard to be found. The crew finds... Again, we're playing with Agatha as our captain. We really want study, so we're going to go with discovery. Now, discovery is a little bit different than a normal study token. You'll notice that here we can get a treasure hunt, which is a little different from our normal collect token, or a secret, which is a little bit different from our normal campaign token. These are just basically upgraded versions of those tokens. So whereas a normal campaign token gives you 10 to 15 status and a small amount of renown, a secret will give you something like 30 to 40 status and a larger amount of renown. A discovery will give you 30 to 40 study and a larger amount of renown. Let's take a look. Here we go. 20 to 30 research, 25 to 30 gold, and a small amount of renown. So they're just better tokens, essentially. Very nice. Ah, here we have something we haven't seen before. A star. There is something odd here. Alright, let's go see what it is. The rain is becoming unbearable, and the crew is looking for shelter. After searching for a while, a cave is found. Great. The crew lays down their backpacks and makes a fire, but once it's blazing, the cave appears larger than it was in the dark. As you explore, you notice lots of Saxon war equipment, including some skeletons. Alright, focus on collecting valuable equipment or focus on collecting noteworthy equipment? All right, here's a little bit of where my metagaming is coming into play. We do not have currently a tactician, but if we did have a tactician, there would be a third option here to collect some sort of minor treasure, which would be very nice. Unfortunately, we don't, so we only have the 2 base options, and it really doesn't matter at the moment which one we take. It basically just matters if we want some gold or some status, and I'm going to take some status. We'll talk about what exactly status does when we get back to the overworld map. Oh, great, okay. While collecting some of the equipment, you notice some tactical plans. Studying this will give you tactical defensive insight. Alright, so one person can gain tactician defense in this location. Like I talked about in the last episode, it's much better, in my opinion, to stack buffs of the same type on one person rather than spread them out among your party members. In this case, Agatha can already become a tactician. She can learn the tactician military history perk, and she can learn the tactician offense perk naturally. So she really has no other way of getting tactician defense except from an event or from an item. So we're going to give this to Agatha. This will be a great boost to her learning to be a tactician. And if we look down here, she now is a rank 1 tactician. Great. Every perk also gives you a small buff. This one gives you +1 attack and +3 armor per perk level. Archaeologist gives you +2 speech defense and +1 speech per perk level. It's small, but it's nice. Alright. Let's move on to this node. There's an encounter here, it looks like. A group of sheep is fighting to eat from a slightly greener patch of grass. It might be interesting to study this particular patch of grass. Is that worth fighting some sheep over? For some study, possibly? Sure. I mean, we're going to be friendly anyway, right? We're just going to make some new friends, and then they'll let us study the grass. It'll be great. What could go wrong? Alright. Okay, so in this encounter, we get a 3 token study bonus for completing it either devious or friendly, and none for completing it aggressive. Well, we're certainly going to be friendly, so no question. Alright. Let's see here. Let's bring Agatha up here. And let's tell one of these sheep how friendly we are. Generally, the more enemies you can get rid of on a turn, the better. And that means during your enemy's turn, you'll take less attacks. Combat in this game, as you've seen, is squad-based, but it's also turn-based. So all of your squad gets to go, and then all of the enemy squad gets to go. That means that you get one whole turn where your enemy literally can't react. And that's a great time to clear out as many of those as possible, so that once they get to go, they can't do nearly as much to you. Alright, very good. And let's be friendly to this last sheep, and that should end the combat and give us access to this patch of grass. Alright. There's our 3 extra study tokens and our 2 encounter tokens. After careful examination, it seems the grass contains some special nutrients. You take some time to look at them for their scientific value, and we get an additional study as well. So there we go, 4 study just from that. Great, and 2 encounter tokens. And all 3 of us have leveled up. Let's take a look at that. So on each level up, you get to choose a perk to assign to your character out of 2. We can either give them the Archaeologist Architecture or the Tactician Military History. We will automatically gain the thing in the middle every time. So we automatically get this lecture move, and then we get to choose one of these perks. I'm going to level Agatha as an Archaeologist. So there we go. And she's now a level 3 Archaeologist. Alright, let's go to Beidrinho. Beidrinho can become a Beguiler or a Survivalist, and he automatically gets party time. Like we said at the beginning of last episode, I really want either a Beguiler or a Diplomat in our party. We don't have anyone who can be a Diplomat, so we're going to level Pedrinho as our Beguiler. He's going to be our talky person. And Philippe. Philippe can learn either another perk in Rogue or another perk in Engineer. Typically, I go Engineer. I actually like Engineer a lot in this game. I find that to be very useful to have. I don't know if I've ever leveled a rogue to like rank 6. Let's do that this game. Let's level up a rogue. Let's see what we get from it. There could be something interesting I've never run into. I'm definitely still missing a couple treasures in this game. Not very many, but a couple. And maybe they're under, maybe they require having a rogue. Let's see. We also get amnesia shot. All right, very good. So now we can go back to this unexplored node here. We now have a beguiler, we have a tactician, and we had our survivalist before because Pedrinho was a rank 2 survivalist. So we have a pretty good cross-section of people that might help us do this event. Halfway up a small mountain, the crew finds an old ruinous Saxon monastery. Many of the Saxon structures were made from wood and did not stand the test of time. A stone building, such as this one, is a treasure in itself. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit in your backpack, so we can't take it with us. Let's explore it, though. A strange-looking hooded man is standing in front of the monastery. Well, hello there, travelers. Welcome to this old Saxon monastery. I come here once a year to make some minor repairs and clean the place up a bit. It would be a shame if such a nice place went to waste. That seems reasonable. Saxon men used to come here to test their skills. The most skillful would be rewarded by Tyr, the god of war. All that is left now is this heavy statue of Tyr that the warriors would push and feel like a Saxon knight, and a trial in the monastery's basement that would test agility and attract noblemen with pretty rings. If you would like to test yourself, go ahead. Your performance might earn you something. Alright, so we have some options here. Now, usually if you choose one of these options, in any situation, in any random event, they'll give you an idea of what skills will be required to do well at it. So if we click push the heavy statue, it gives you all of your crew members the chance they have succeeding, and if you mouse over, it will tell you why they have that chance. This is really, really important to look at whenever you run into a chance to spin the event wheel, which we haven't seen yet, but we're going to see in just a second. Agatha gets 10% chance at pushing the statue from her base percentage chance, and an additional 13% chance from armor. But you can see we're getting no percentage chance because we don't have a fighter, and no percentage chance because Agatha's not an athlete. So we're very unlikely to succeed, 23%. That's not very good. We might have a better chance at doing the other challenge. If you can make it across and come back to me, I will ask Tyr what you have earned. Okay, so we got sort of a obstacle course. And we have a much better chance here. Let's see why. 10% from base chance, 32% from grit, which is a scout skill, and Pedrinho is a scout, which is why he has that, and 14% chance from Pedrinho's speech power. But nothing from quick thinker. So if it was a quick thinker, we'd have a much better chance. Philippe has a pretty good chance too, but his speech power isn't as high. He doesn't have as much grit, which scouts tend to be much better at than anyone else. So we're going to go with Pedrinho and just hope we get lucky. 56% chance. A wheel's going to come up full of skulls and the Renowned Explorer emblem. If you get the emblem, you win. If you get the skull, you fail. We definitely succeeded there. Nice. Pedrinho runs into the long room and notices that a trap is activated. He notices it in time, though, and skillfully dodges it. Eventually reaches the end of the room in record time. When he's finally back, the hooded man says, "That was impressive. Let's see how Tyr rewards you." Let's see what we get. Again, mouse over all these options. They'll tell you very useful things. We're going to get a collect token, no matter what. And we have a 13% chance to get a Saxon Knight statuette or a Viking helmet, and a 75% chance to get a Saxon ring. Okay, let's see what we get. Hey, we got the statuette of the Saxon Knight. All right. And there it is. Okay, now, this is our first treasure. Treasures give renown and usually some sort of buff. This one isn't a very good treasure. It only gives us 25 renown. A lot of treasures will give you 100 or 200 even, which is much nicer. But we get an insight. An insight's very nice. We'll use that later. And we get to choose a buff of our choice. The chairman of the Renowned Explorers will recommend one to us. Sometimes I agree with him, sometimes I disagree. In this particular case, I disagree with him because we have Agatha, which means we want to focus on study at all costs. And so I'm going to take the +3 collect and +3 study over the +3 correct and +3 campaign. Sorry, Pinkerton. Maybe next time. Alright, we got a new treasure. Great. Oh, we're out of supplies. We press on, but this situation is having severe effects on your crew members. Let's see what happens. Agatha loses speech power. Not good, but again, this is the first area. We're willing to take that debuff in order to explore some more and get some more resources. But that buff has showed up on Agatha's bar now, which is great, so that we know what's happening. -30 speech on this expedition. Alright. Now we have to make some choices. Is it worth it to get a little bit of a status and some gold in order to take another debuff, or would we rather go for something that's more exciting and leave this node behind? And I think I'm going to go for something a little bit more exciting and leave that node. Now, we don't have a diplomat, which a cultural challenge could require, but we do have an archaeologist. So hopefully this one will be for archaeologists and not diplomats, or we're not going to be able to do much. Alright, we spot some ancient weaponry lying on the stone ground. It looks like an ancient battlefield where Saxons fought heavily. A battlefield worth studying. Alright, we have a lot of options here. We can study the battlefield. Agatha, being an archaeologist, gets a huge bonus to this. So we'll end up with interesting conclusions, whatever that means, a collect, a study, and then another study. We can just do a base to collect some ancient weaponry, which isn't very good. It's only one collect. But Agatha also has a special option down here for being a level 1 tactician, where she can get 4 collect instead. So would I rather have 4 collect, or would I rather have 1 collect, 2 study, and an interesting conclusion? Let's do the interesting conclusion. It could be cool. We don't know. Let's do it. Agatha has reached some interesting conclusions. It seems like the Saxons were ambushed here. Interesting. Okay. Indeed. Interesting. You take some weaponry and leave this ancient battlefield. All right, we got to collect, a study, an additional study. So we didn't get anything extra. Possibly we should have gone with the 4 gold instead. But, you know, again, we have Agatha. She's our captain. We really want study tokens, so that might help out there. And we have 9 of those so far. Pretty good. All right, we take another debuff. Agatha loses some speech defense. Poor Agatha. Let's go do this encounter. Most of the time, encounters are really good. They give a lot of experience, and they give some pretty good rewards. Ah, our crew gets ambushed by some aggressive-looking men. These foreign fancy pants are going to take all of our jobs. Attack! They're charging. But Agatha is tactically prepared because she is a level 1 tactician. Interesting. We'll see what that does once we get into the combat. Starts a rank 1 encounter. Alright, here we are. We're going to be friendly. We're not going to be bribed by this extra encounter token. That's not a very good bribe, for one thing. Now, if we look at our characters, they are all going to have this buff called Tactically Prepared. Because Agatha is a rank 1 tactician, and she was able to prepare before this encounter, each of our crew members gets plus 10% attack and 10% speech for the first 2 turns. That's really cool. It's a small bonus for having a tactician in our party, essentially. Excuse me while I take a drink. My throat's getting a little dry here. Alright. Let's try to make some new friends. Now, we do have our extra skills for the first time. Philippe now has his amnesia shot. Agatha now has lecture, which, as you can see, is an AoE cone. Amnesia shot, by the way, is a line skill shot. And Pedrinho has party time. Party time is by far the most interesting skill here from a mechanics perspective. Not only does it allow Pedrinho to teleport to any square within his range, but it then does extra damage based on the amount of people around him. Let me show you what I mean. So for instance, here you can see that party time is, according to the game, about going to do a little bit less than half of the health of each of these men. But it doesn't factor in the extra bonus that it gets from having people nearby. We talked about this in the first episode. It has an increase of plus 25% speech per surrounding enemy. So this move is going to be 50% stronger than the game thinks it's going to be, essentially. Now this is where I'm going to get a little bit tactical here. I would like to use party time on these 2 men, and then finish them off with lecture, because lecture will hit both of them as well. If you see here, I can hit both of them here with lecture. But if I hit them with party time, which is a friendly move, and then hit them with lecture, which will finish them off, we'll end up with a devious attitude. We'll put them in a friendly attitude by using party time, but then lecture will change us to devious. And I don't want to be in a devious mood. I want to be in a friendly mood. So I'm going to start with lecture instead. This will start off our combat as a devious mood, which actually gives us a bonus because devious is good against aggressive. So we get plus 25 grit, which basically gives us more chance of dodging. But But now I'm going to bring Pedrinho over and finish them off with party time. I know it doesn't say we're going to finish them off, but again, it doesn't keep that 25% buff per the remaining people, or per the people around you. It doesn't keep that in mind when it calculates the damage. So we'll try to finish these guys off with party time, and that hopefully should put us very close to being back in a friendly mood. There we go. We finished both of them off. We're going to get 3 tokens up here toward friendly, and that puts us back in a friendly mood. That's great. However, that hasn't completely erased the memory of what we have done to those poor men by insulting them with Agatha. You can see up here that our devious bar is actually really, really high. That means that, as of now, the game thinks that we're going to resolve this encounter overall being devious. And it really doesn't think we're going to resolve being friendly. We need to change that if we want to end this encounter in a friendly mood. So we're going to bring Philippe over here and encourage this man. And as we do that, our friendly bar grows. We've now used more friendly moves in this battle than we have any other type. And so the game will reward us for that by counting this encounter as a friendly encounter, as long as we don't do anything too drastic like killing someone before it ends. Alright, did some damage to us here, but we're going to go ahead and show that we're the better person and finish this off by giving him a nice encouragement. Alright, and there's the combat, and we did get a friendly approach. Philippe gets a small bonus for resolving the encounter as friendly, and we can leave. Alright, we can continue exploring. Pedrinho is baffled by the fact that these men thought that shepherding or mining was of any interest to you. That's a little harsh, Pedrinho. There's nothing wrong with those careers. Alright, we're out of supplies again. Let's see what happens. Okay, Philippe loses some attack power. We're okay with that. We don't care about attack power. We are a friendly group. We don't use our fists. So losing some attack power is kind of the best thing that could happen to us. I mean, of the bad things that could happen to us. Alright. We've got an interesting note here. Your crew can be improved. Generally, these are areas where your crew can get a small buff for the remainder of the expedition. A little bit of attack power, a little bit of defense, a little bit of grit. We don't really need that, and we're right here at the boss anyway. So I think we're going to end it now. We got to explore most of this area. We only left 3 nodes behind. That's not too bad. Let's finish this adventure off. The burial site of the Saxon kings must be somewhere around. Once you get there, this expedition will come to an end. Ready to go? Yep. Alright, we found the Saxon burial site. One of the tombs must be the tomb of King Egbert, a particularly mysterious figure. Finding its secrets will surely skyrocket your reputation at the renowned explorers, which after all, is the whole point of this. However, you hear a familiar laughter. It's Revelo, who is considered to be the most promising of the renowned explorers. He speaks. Thank you, amateur. Under Rule 24B of the Explorer Mandate, fellow explorers should help each other out. And I really need to excavate King Egbert's tomb to gain another honorary title. I don't have enough, you see. My wall's already covered in them. But I have a second wall. And I really want my second wall to also be covered in them. That's important. But we worked really hard for this treasure. Rivolo doesn't believe you. Leave this important treasure to someone like you? I don't know how to explain this to you. Allow my sharp companion, Admir Akhtar, to explain my thoughts. Well, I go over here and seize the treasure while you're distracted. Hey, wait a minute. But before Agatha can stop Rivolo, his crew scout Amir stops you. He means to say, you suck, my friend. Wow, that's harsh. Ludicrous, he's not letting you pass. Let's defend ourselves. Wow, that's harsh. We've been nothing but friendly to everyone we've met. Let's see if we can change this guy's mind too. Alright, this is the first encounter we've had where they're going to give us a little bit of information about how the encounter will differ based on how we react in our attitude. So, if we resolve this counter as friendly, Amir will think we are weak. If we resolve it as devious, Amir will admire our sharpness, and if we resolve it as aggressive, Amir is mildly impressed. Alright, so we're probably going to get slightly better rewards if we resolve it devious or aggressive than if we resolve it friendly. That's unfortunate for us, because we really like being friendly. We do have enough moves and enough power that we probably could resolve it as devious without a problem, but that would make us so sad. Like, we went on this expedition as telling ourselves we were going to make new friends. Do we really want to change now? I don't think so. I think we're going to try to resolve this as friendly regardless. Now, first off, I see a really good opportunity here to use Pedrinho. You can see that there's 3 enemies, including the boss, in a pattern here where Pedrinho can stand right in the middle of them and get his party time off. Let's see if we can get him over there. Again, he's a scout, so he can move a long distance. There we go. Now, it doesn't look like it's going to do very much, right? But again, there's 3 people here. So this is going to be increased by 75%. That's going to do a lot of damage. It's probably going to defeat the 2 mooks just by itself, and it will do a very good amount of damage if it hits to the boss. You can see the little red number above the boss's HP bar. There's only an 80% chance that it hits him. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, we get it. Oh, we missed him. But we did get the 2 mooks. That's important. That's 2 more mooks that can't attack us next turn. Let's see if we can... We're going to ignore these 2 over here for a second. They're going to have to walk all the way over to us. Let's see if we can get rid of these 2 guys. No, we can't, because Philippe can't move far enough. That's really unfortunate. He has a 2-tile attack, a devious attack, but it's not his best technique, and it won't quite do enough to take care of this mook. Let's see if Amnesia Shot will do the trick. Nope, not strong enough. That's really unfortunate. And he cannot reach with his friendly attack, so we might as well do a devious attack. That's not going to be enough to do 3 points on the devious bar, so it's not going to affect our overall mood. But we can at least do some damage to this guy while we have the chance. Alright, and then we will bring Agatha over and finish off this full health one with an Impress attack. Alright, very good. Let's let them go. Amir is going to be very mean to us. Yep, there we go. Fortunately, Agatha is our tankiest crew member. She actually has quite a bit of speech defense, so attacking her is really nice for us. Okay, and he missed. That's even better. We really like seeing stuff like that. Alright, what do we want to do now? Actually, I take it back. Agatha's not our tankiest crew member. Philippe here has 58 speech defense. That's really good. Yeah, that's incredible. Oh, that's because our attitude, right. We are being friendly, and they're being devious. That gives us an advantage because friendly beats devious, so we get plus 25 speech defense. So every one of us is very, very tanky right now. That's going to make this combat a lot easier. Let's see. Let's bring Pedrinho all the way over here. And we have an 80% chance of hitting Amir. Yeah, let's do that. We didn't hit him last time. Good, we got luckier this time. Alright, and let's use Philippe with his Amnesia Shot to wipe out this guy. Remember, that doesn't affect the attitude here. You see nothing changed. And then we'll bring Agatha up and take out... Oh, we can't take out this guy. Don't do quite enough damage. Ooh, we could hit him. Agatha will do enough physical damage to take him out. But one physical attack would be enough to change us to aggressive. And that's a bad idea in this case for a couple reasons. Not only will that change our overall mood to aggressive, which we don't want to do because we're friendly people, but that will make our attitude aggressive overall, and that means that devious moves will be super effective against us, and that will make this combat much harder. We want to keep this plus 25 speech defense. So we are not going to use this aggressive move. We're going to go with friendly, and since we can't take this move out anyway in one shot, he's going to get to attack next turn regardless of what we do. Let's just go ahead and hit Amir. Maybe we can get him low enough to finish him off next turn. Alright. We're all pretty healthy. We should be okay to take all this damage. Alright, not too bad. And he missed again. Alright, I like that these guys missing. That's very helpful to us. Okay, so let's, you know what? Let's just try to finish off Amir. Oh, wow. Okay, Philippe is really passionate about converting this guy, and he might be able to do it in one hit. There we go. All right, That's the combat done. We've made Amir confident, but because Amir does not like friendly people, this just makes him think we're weak. You thought you won over Amir's heart, but he laughs in your face. Ha ha ha, your kindness is weakness to me. Bye. He leaves to follow Rivelo, who's already plundered King Egbert's tomb while we were distracted. But he accidentally drops a mysterious checklist. All right, let's take a look. It seems to be an agenda or scheme of some sort. Let's read it. Treasures to grab. The one hidden in the tomb of the Forgotten King, the treasure held by the locals, the one in the cache near the dangerous cliffs. All right, we're probably only going to be able to get to one of those before Rivelo. Which one do we want? If we mouse over these, we'll get to choose who will take the action, and it should give us some insight into what skills are governing these checks. Okay, so if we explore the dangerous cliffs, for instance, Pedrinho has a 100% chance to do it. That's pretty good. 13% chance of the Sword of Justice, 75% chance of a Saxon Golden Horse, and 13% chance of the Heliodor. All right, interesting, and 7 collect. Let's see what the other ones give us. Okay, let's go to the locals. All right, the locals, wow, we don't have a very good chance at this at all. 58% chance is the highest chance we get. But in this one, instead of a 75% chance of the Saxon Golden Horse, we have a 75% chance of the Heliodor. All right, interesting. And 5 campaign instead of 8 gold. Let's take a look at the last one, just for completion's sake. All right, good chance on this one too. 97% chance from Agatha. 75% chance this time of the Sword of Justice. And we get a bunch of study. Okay, so normally, because we have Agatha, I would say, let's go for the study. But the Sword of Justice tends to have skills associated with it that benefit aggressive crews. And we're never going to be an aggressive crew. We're a friendly crew. So even though the study will be very nice, the treasure itself is not the best. And we had a 100% chance, as opposed to a 97% chance, of getting this one. So I think I'm going to take this one instead. There's always the chance we'll still get the sword, but we have a much better chance of getting either the Golden Horse or the Heliodor, which would be better for us in this particular case. And we'll get a 7 collect plus a bonus 1 collect. And there's no chance of failing. So we're going to do this one. All right, we found it. Let's see what we get. We got the Golden Horse. Okay. 1 collect at the end of each expedition for each level survivalist. All right, well, right now we have a level 2 survivalist, so that'll be 2 collect. Or plus 1 collect at the end of each expedition for each level of Quick Thinker. We don't have any Quick Thinkers. Or 5 collect. Or 1 to 3 collect extra gold from every collect. That seems really good. Right now, we get 11 to 17 gold from every collect we have. We have 18 collect tokens. Adding 1 to 3 gold from each collect for the rest of the game, that will be much, much more in the long run than plus 1 collect for each level survivalist. So we're going to do that one. All right. With this find, our expedition did conclude on a high note, but we've got a long way to go. Back to London. We explored the Highlands successfully, and they're going to give us a little overview of our time there. We were friendly, which is great. We got 2 treasures, the Saxon Golden Horse and the Saxon Knight, and it's going to count up all of our gold, status, research, and renown that we got during our time in the Highlands. All right, there we go. We did very well on gold, pretty well on status, only a little bit of research, unfortunately, and then a pretty good stack of renown. You can see we're down here with 184 renown. We've got a long way to go to get to that 2,500, but don't worry. We're in good shape now. We spent a lot of extra time on that island getting some resources to start us off well, and we're going to have a really good chance of beating Revelo in the end. And we are a gracious giver because we are friendly and we got a lot of gold. All right. A magnificent job. The board of the Renowned Explorers International Society is impressed by your exploration skills in the Highlands. For this achievement, Chairman Pinkerton gives you an upgrade to your airship, which gives us more supplies. Supplies are amazing. I will take any ability that gives me more supplies when given the choice. We know the drill, Pinkerton. Let's hurry. And there's our official Renowned Explorers membership emblem with +2 supplies capacity, which puts us up to 9. Alright, and now we're at the Overmap. The Overmap allows us to spend all of the resources that we got while we were on our adventure. You can see them stacking up here. But we're going to do that next time. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw here, if you enjoyed your time watching this playthrough, please put a like on the video. That really helps. And if you'd like to see when more episodes come up, or when I start something new, because there will be some more games coming to this channel, put a subscribe in so that you are notified as soon as I put a new video up. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode when we talk about the Overmap and go on our next adventure. And in the meantime, I hope you very much enjoy your time with Renowned Explorers International Society. My name has been Geopogg, still is Geopogg, will be Geopogg next time, and I hope you had a great time. I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.